So today I just tier 4'd Gladiator, and I'm outscoring my Othin. Now, Othin's got a rage, Gladiator's got a rage. I'll show you the side-by-side comparison. I scored 8.2 million with my Othin, and as you can see here, I have 8.6 million with my Gladiator. So I want to show how I did it today, and even though Othin does have the advantage of having built-in shock, yeah, I was able to still outperform him without swapping. So we're going to cover that. We're going to cover the team up and all that good stuff that I'm using for today, and kind of how I play him, because he's very surgical. You have to be precise if you want to score a lot, because I'm not consistently scoring this much with my Gladiator. So first, go real quick high-level overview. So here's my Othin. Those are his stats. Pause it if you want to see them. And he has an Order artifact here, and he has a Mighty with Enraged, so it's 180%, so got that 0.9%. So that's what we got going on here with Othin. Over here with Gladiator, he does have his own custom artifact with a type match 4-star, so he does get that bonus there, which is helping. And he does have a Mighty as well, which is at 200% with that 0.9, so just be aware of that as well. So it's not necessarily 100% even match between the two. Here's those stats, again, pause it if you want to see them. So let's go ahead and jump into the Alliance battle, and I will kind of give a high-level overview of how I'm playing him. Of course, we can always take this in training mode, so we're not wasting coins and whatnot. Really quick before I do that, I just want to kind of explain the rotation and show you an example. So with this, we're going to go here to skills, skill preview. There's different rotations, and there's a lot of different things that people are doing. The way that I'm playing him, it's 3-5-4 is the main rotation. Some people will do a 5-3-4. 5, you only want to hang on for a single beat. A lot of people are like, oh, wait until you see the little slashes across the screen right there. That's waiting too long, and you're going to lose your procking. If you have to make sure 4 is fully within the proc, and your 4 will actually end before the proc is gone. If you're not doing that, you are going to lose out on damage. So what I like to do is I like to actually start with a 3 instant cancel into 5 and give it a single beat. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a beat. So if you do 3, 5, 4. So you just do a single beat. Now 3's instant, so it's 3, 5, 4. You'll see that the pool still appears, the slashes are still there. You want those little slashes across the screen. If you're not getting them, you're not waiting long enough on your 5. But you might also be sitting too long on your 5, and that's something to keep in mind. So that's the main rotations you want to focus on. 6 is a filler, as is 1 and 2. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a 3-5-4, and I will watch both my cooldown on my proc and the cooldown on 4 to decide when to use my next couple of moves. I always cancel 1 into 2 after a full rotation. You let your 2 play out. 1 is just a filler to kind of charge up your skills. So it's going to be a 3-5 for a second, 4, and then when there are, I don't know why it's showing 15 seconds here, it's usually not that long of a cooldown in the actual match. When there are, on the 4 cooldown timer, when there are 4 seconds left right there, I would do a 1-2. And then by the time your 2's done, you should be ready for a 3-5-4, maybe a little bit of delay. If your 6 is ready, it is a filler between your main combo of 3-5-4 and 1-2. So I would do a 3-5-4, let your 4 play out until there is 5 seconds left, roughly. This is where I'm going to pay attention to that proc. If there are 2 seconds left on the countdown timer of the proc, I hit my 6. So I will cancel 4 a little bit early when I'm using 6 as a filler. So when there's 2 seconds left on that proc, I'm going to hit 6 until he punches. So he's going to kind of charge up, pull his fist back, punch right there, and then do a 1-2. So you're just going to stick your 6 between the 3-5-4 and the 1-2 when there are 2 seconds left on your proc. Personally, I'm using 7 as soon as it's available. The only time I'm holding it is for canceling today. With today, Gladiator cannot cancel, so you need to use shock of some form. Rogue has shock. Rogue, also, for me, is also a tier 4, also has a rage, so she's well built. So by putting her in here and letting her do the shock cancel, I know most people say Ghost Rider is the best option. Since Ghost Rider can't give him the ability to cancel, you would have to swap out someone like Beta Ray Bill. I'm actually leaving Rogue on the team, and I'm waiting until he raises his sword. If you do it too soon, you won't get the cancel off. So let me show you that as an example in play. Hopefully we'll get as close as possible to that 8.6. But yeah, let's see how well I can do here. All right, so here's the team up. We're going to use Gladiator's leadership because he gives himself 60% all basic attacks. We are going to use Beta Ray Bill. Now, Beta Ray Bill does have his uniform, and with his uniform, alien allies, which would count for Gladiator, is going to get damage dealt of 35%. So it's kind of like having a support on the team. Nothing else here is actually helping in any way, shape, or form. It's just that uniform bonus. So if you don't have Beta Ray Bill's uniform, it is going to hurt and affect you. Ronin over here has a uniform effect as well with this uniform, and this uniform is going to give universal type allies ignore target's dodge rate by 25% and increase damage dealt by 40%. He also has no, that's all he has, because the other thing is his leadership. So yeah, for me, I feel like the best option, like I said, is this team up specifically. And if you want to know what uniforms this is the Annihilator's uniform. I guess it kind of shows you when you highlight it there. It's Beta Ray Bill uniform and Annihilator's uniform for those uniforms. And of course, Gladiator has his Thanos, the Infinity Revelation. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. And like I said, I'll just show you how it looks. The biggest piece of advice I have is look at your procs. So at the very top left, there'll be 2 green vests. The one on the right is for your proc for your rage. Paying attention to when there's like 2 seconds left. That's your cuties, your 6, or even go into your 1 and your 2. So sometimes I'll cancel 4 early. You want to proc as consistently as possible right around that 4. If you proc too early or too late, it will screw up your damage. So let's go. This right here is one of those times where I wish I was actually playing it normal and not training mode, because I just broke my score. So there's 9 million. But as you can see, you don't want to sit on your 5 very long. You can use Rogue to cancel with, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Just make sure that you're doing it once he raises his sword. And like I said, use that cooldown timer from the proc. When it's round 2, that's when you can use your 1-2 for canceling your 4 or canceling it into your 6. And as long as you keep them together and you keep that proc surgically on that 5-4, don't proc too early, don't proc too late, you can score really high. But he's very finicky and it's kind of hard to keep it there. But keep practicing, and as you can see, he can definitely score a lot. So, like I said, with my account, my Odin was typically scoring just under 8 to 8.2 millions. The most I think I've been able to score maybe 8.4. But doing these types of numbers are much higher than my tier 4 Odin. So, there you go. Thanks for watching.